Well, guten Morgen, mein Pfeifenfreunds. Alles klar mit Ihnen? Sehr gut. Well, ich heiße Holy Smokin' Pipe Padre. Wie heißt du? Okay, well, folks, I'm back with my week 9 TSC week TSC challenge week 9, the penultimate week, and maybe just a short video. Again, got a lot of stuff going on. Doing remodeling, packing up. Maybe I'll cut to that video now. Okay, just did the 10,000 push-ups there, and I'm recording cleaning up this extremely messy room. Just kind of a little posterity thing here, and starting to go through and clean up, box up and clean up. Well, okay, so last year at this time this was still a disaster, and it's still a disaster. It's even worse. I've gone through and cleared out a big swath of clothes right there, and all the things that don't fit me anymore after the recent weight loss. Most of these DVDs are going to go to Goodwill, and some of my games will probably go to Goodwill. I'm going to keep my series, some of my BBC series, like All Creatures Great and Small, and The Last Detective, and Monarch of the Glen, and Inspector Morse, Midsummer Murders. I'll probably keep those. These are my very special and sentimental CDs, but the thing is, I really don't even have a functioning CD player at this point, so I wonder even what the point is of even keeping all of them. As you can see, I've already started throwing out old clothes that are faded, that I've worn for years, but no longer really fit. And all these are pants that are and pants and big sweaters that are way too big. So I'm going to just box those or bag those up and give those to Goodwill. And starting to go through. So the big project today is try to get through most, if not all, of this and have it all boxed and ready to move into another room or wherever I go after this. And then the next project this weekend will be to go through my curio cabinet, which has all my little sentimental curio things. But there's a picture of my mom there and my brother Earl. And you know, some of my little castles and little knickknacks and bric-a-brac and pipes, of course. Some of my calabashes. Calabashes look good in a curio cabinet, I think, you know. There's my Fowen right there. One of my very first pipes there, a clay pipe. Another Bouchocan calabash. I call it my church warden calabash. There's my Tyrolean pipe there, which really does not smoke that well. Okay, so some John Wayne memorabilia as well, and more stuff. Okay, so that's basically the news from Lake Wobegon, and so a lot of these things will be gone later today. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm back. So you got a little sense of what's going on here. Real busy, but I'm still probably for the remainder of these TSC challenge videos, the skinny pipe to kind of is like a little icon of my recent journey towards weight loss, fat loss, and fitness. Although I'm sure some would question long and hard, somebody smoking a pipe, they're quote-unquote serious about fitness, and I would just have to say that for the most part, I think pipe tobacco is probably less harmful, certainly than cigarettes, because of all the chemicals and additives that they put in cigarettes to make them highly addictive. But anyway, I do believe that pipe smoking is not that injurious to one's health. I'm not saying it's a safe alternative, a tobacco alternative, but you know, most things in life are potentially toxic. Even too much water can be fatal and can be toxic. We had a woman locally who was calling into they had these contests, and you know, you were supposed to drink so much water in so many hours and to win a PlayStation. And she drank, oh gosh, it was some unbelievable amount of water so she could win this PlayStation for her kid. And she went into, was it nitrosis or nitrosis or something? Anyway, she basically flushed out all of her electrolytes and died. So, you know, drinking way too much water can cause, is it maybe it's nephritis. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not a medical person. I don't even play one on TV. Anyway, so my TSC challenge this week was not as, it was good in some respects, in some others it wasn't I wasn't as sanguine as I was hoping. The run was 28:32 this week. Don't know exactly what happened there. I've been experiencing some soreness still, and my energy level was way low. Plus, I had drinking, interestingly enough, I drank a lot of water before I ran, so I probably had a good liter or two of water in me, and I probably was not, you know, that might have been slowing me down too, a little sluggish. I'm happy to say, though, that the pull-ups, as you can see here, I'm going to put up the video, and the push-ups actually increased my pull-ups this week. I think I did 18, which was really great for an old man. And my push-ups, I struggled to get 50. I was trying to record, and about in the early part of that, when I was doing my repetitions, my elbow hit the little box that the camera was sitting on, and it knocked the camera over, so I had to start all over again. So I lost like 7 or 8 good push-ups. So, you know, when you're trying to gut out 50, you know, you just spent, you know, if you know what I mean, you know, I kind of like, oh shoot, I knew I was going to be really struggling to get those 50 again, but I gutted it out. And I got that. So anyway, those are my TSC challenges. And also, in addition, I'm playing another video now, probably right over here. Right there, maybe. That looks like the push-up video, but what that is,
right, here we go.
Interestingly enough, I was doing what was called the 100 push-ups for a 100-day challenge. I started on January 23rd, and I finished, I think, on May 3rd. And at the end of that, if you do every day, if you do 100 push-ups every day, at the end of those 100 days, you will have done 10,000 push-ups. So that's why I said I'm now finishing my 10,000th push-up. So, in fact, as I complete that goal, and then the next Saturday, this week, I'll complete the TSC challenge, 10-week or 69 to 70 days challenge.
10,000.
And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and just share with you some results. I'm going to get back to some of you with some of your great comments. I haven't forgotten about you, and forgive me for being a little bit tardy in responding to you. If you've sent me a little PM or you've sent me a little message, I always like to respond. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, getting back to more pipe-related things, I'm smoking sweet Killarney. And here's a question for you all. Do you actually taste the sweetness? Now, some people, we've talked about this before, people that are new to the hobby will say, you know, I smell the wonderful fragrance in the tin, but I really don't taste it. And again, I hate to be repetitious, but again, smoke flavors certainly are a lot more subtle. They're more ethereal, I have to say, perhaps. But I do taste, especially in some blends that are very sweet flavored, I do taste the sweetness. Now, I don't taste, it's not like getting a sugar rush, like eating a chocolate bar or drinking a soda. And again, one of my besetting sins is I'm a sugar addict, you know. I mean, I love sugar, you know. I love wheat. I love dairy, you know. And those are the three culprits in my diet. Now that I've identified those and know for them what they really are, I'm highly allergic to those things. You know, my face will break out if I have too much. If I eat, and it looks like even if I have just a little bit. During Easter, I gave myself permission to have Easter week. I gave myself permission to, you know, indulge in my treats that I love. But the next week, last week, I went off again, and so I, you know, eschewed the sugar and the wheat and the dairy. But I do see, sad to say, I got some hives or skin irritations or breakouts due to I think the increase of sugar and wheat. I don't think it did a lot of dairy last week, so. But it's definitely the wheat and the dairy. I mean the sugar. So when I get a chance to enjoy, say, a more of a fragrant and more of a aromatic sweet tobacco, I do enjoy it, and I do taste a sweetness, as opposed to, say, an English blend, which is a little more on the smoky, peatier side of the spectrum of pipe tobaccos. So anyway, but I guess what I'm leading to is, you know, if you smoke a sugary tobacco, do you get an insulin spike? Something to think about. Does it raise your blood sugar level? That'd be something to be interesting to know. Maybe some of you out there who are chemists and biologists and medical people, because, you know, they do cure tobacco with sugar. Sometimes maple syrup and brown sugar and just straight old glucose or sucrose, I guess. So I'm just kind of wondering, I would assume perhaps somehow you probably ingest some element of the chemical of a sucrose or some disaccharide, polysaccharide, you know, through the smoke, because it gets in your bloodstream one way or another. So I guess the answer to that question would probably be, to some extent, you probably do, even through a sweet pipe tobacco, can ingest some compounds of sugar. Again, I'm way out of my league here, and I know that. So if some of you who are more scientific based, you know, say, well, you know, the guy's got an interesting idea there, or I don't know. But I do know that we certainly can ingest the nicotine, you know, certainly, obviously, you know, and again, this isn't through inhaling per se. Or I guess it's from the amylase in your tongue that, you know, secretes the saliva, which breaks up, you know, the compounds that are in your mouth, and then absorbs them. So I'm assuming that there are some trace elements of sucrose or glucose that get into your system. I mean, probably minuscule amounts, but still, I would assume that you probably do get a little bit of a sugar. I wouldn't say a sugar rush. Certainly you can get a nicotine rush, that's for sure. And nicotine probably spikes your insulin level, I would guess. That would be my guess. Again, I don't know. So if you want to comment on that and tell me I'm all out there in left field, I don't know of what I speak, that's fine too. I'm just speculating, that's all. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and probably bring this video to a close and And then next week I'll finish up with the TSC challenge, and then after that we'll see what happens, okay? So thanks for watching, and have a great day. Light up your world, light up your pipe today, and enjoy. Bye-bye.